Hey everybody, Jim here, and isn't that lovely? Yes sirree, I got myself an N64, so right on. Go me. Let's take a look at what I got here. First off, with the system itself, it came system only with AV, AC, one controller, which is a good clean controller in perfect working order, and it came also with a rumble pack and memory card. And all together that bundle probably cost me close to 40 bucks, which I know isn't cheap for a used 64, but they had a large selection of games at the hard off I bought it from, and the games themselves were really cheap, so I think I paid a little more on the 64 but a lot less on the games, so that's good. And then over here, this controller, the clean, nice controllers they had that they were selling, all plastic wrapped and stuff, they were selling those for over 10 bucks. So I went to the bargain bin and I found this one in there for $3 because it was dirty. But I brought it home, cleaned it up, tested it out, and it works just fine. So I got myself an extra controller for $3. And then I got a whole mess of games, most of which were 3 bucks a piece. So let's take a looky-see. First up, over here, the only two box things I got, wasn't really looking for boxed stuff just because I can't fit a whole lot of 64 boxes in here right now. So I went for loose cards, but I went ahead and got these because they came with extra rumble packs and stuff like that, and they were only like 8 bucks a piece. And I am so out of focus right now. So as you can see, you got Donkey Kong 64 and Star Fox 64. And these nice big boxes. As you can see, it's a big old box because it comes not only with the boxed game itself, but with a rumble pack or what have you as well. So Donkey Kong 64, I'm not the biggest fan of, just because it's just a collect-a-thon. It's so much collecting, it's a little rough for me. And then Star Fox 64, which I am a fan of because it's just Star Fox, but way better. Alright, now, including those, I got a total of 32 games. I went to 3 different hard-offs to try to clean out their 64 selections. So let's take a look, see at what I got. First up, of course, the essential Super Mario 64. Still a really fun game, and cart was in great shape, and it only cost me about 2 or 3 bucks. Mario Kart 64, another kind of essential for the system. Really great game. Some people, this is their favorite Mario Kart, but my favorite is actually Super Mario Kart. It's the one I had the most experience, fun times playing with. Mario Tennis 64. I thought to myself, why call it 64 if there wasn't a Mario Tennis before it? But then I remembered the Virtual Boy one. So Mario Tennis, fun game. Mario Golf 64. Sensing a trend here with these 64 titles. I wonder what they were thinking. Mario Golf 64, again, just another basic golf game, but throw Mario characters in and suddenly it's playable. I don't know. Mario Party 2, pretty cool. Generally speaking, people love the Mario Party games, so there you go. Mario Party 3, what's there to be said? Just another Mario Party game. This game I have a few things to say about though. Yoshi Story. This game is such an acid trip. I started playing it and I realized I had no idea what the fuck was going on. It's just weird. It's fun, but it's freaking weird. If you've never played Yoshi Story, just try it. You'll get what I mean. Moving right along. Another system essential. Copy of Zelda Ocarina of Time, which I'm sitting down playing again for the first time in a number of years, and just remembering how awesome it is. So there it is, Ocarina. Yay. This game, I love this game, Diddy Kong Racing. I'll go on record as saying that I think that this game is better than Mario Kart 64. It doesn't have all the, key characters and, key signature trademarks of the Mario Kart games, but it's got way better gameplay. No shit. The karts, hoverboat things, the airplanes. You're in that open world kind of, you know, selecting where you want to go, this and that and thing. Just great game, Diddy Kong Racing. If you've never tried it, dear God, what are you doing? This game I'm also loving. F-Zero X, really fast, fun racing game with an awesome soundtrack. F-Zero X, I think I might also like this game better than Mario Kart 64. I don't know why. Not bashing Mario Kart 64, it just, there's really no update from Super Mario Kart to it. Pokemon Arena, which I haven't gotten to yet. I've never ever been a Pokemon fan until just recently. I had never played a Pokemon game. I actually haven't started playing this one yet, so who knows? Maybe I'll like it. But my first ever Pokemon game, and I picked it up not knowing what the hell it was. It's Pokemon Snap, and I don't know. Adam Agro said he liked this game, but I played it for a short while and I thought it sucked ass, so whatever. I'm just not a Pokemon guy, I guess. We have a copy of Smash Brothers. Who doesn't love them some good Smash Brothers? I do. Also, if you notice, there's no captions in this one just because I'm trying to rush through, get all these games without making this video a million minutes long. Anyway, here we go. Banjo-Kazooie. Great game. I like this game better than DK64. DK64 is just too... I don't know, it's so open. I found myself in a lot of times not knowing what the hell to do or where to go and stuff like that. This game, a lot of fun, awesome platforming, and not nearly as confusing as DK64 can sometimes be. So, Banjo-Kazooie, been up late playing that a lot. This game here, an interesting play, another game by Rare. It's called Blast Dozer. And I picked it up and immediately started having fun with it. Just a bulldozer, just mowing down everything, just crushing the shit out of buildings, trying to get them all out of the way of this truck that'll explode if it hits anything. So it's fun. You get all these different kind of vehicles and you roll around smashing the shit out of everything. And it's fun for a quick pick up and play. Probably for like 30 minutes you'll be having fun, then you get bored and put it down. When I first picked it up, I was like, oh my god, this is awesome. And then like 30 minutes later, I was like, okay, time to stop. But Blast Dozer, if you've never checked it out, check it out. It's good for a short burst of fun. Moving right along to the second half of the games here. First up, got a copy of Castlevania, which I'm aware is supposed to be like a historically bad Castlevania game and bad game in general. I haven't yet gotten to the parts that piss people off the most, apparently. I only played it for about maybe a half an hour to an hour, and I was enjoying it. There were a few things that kind of pissed me off, but for the most part I was enjoying this game. But I'm sure if I give it a little bit of time, I'll find reasons to hate it, just like everybody else. Here we go. Next up, Rockman Dash, which is Mega Man 64. I don't know why they called it Mega Man 64, didn't just call it. It shares the same title as the PlayStation one over here. That one's also called Rockman Dash. They're both Mega Man Legends, so I don't know why they had to just change the title of 64. Kinda lame. This game, Fighting Cup. It's a 3D fighter. It's a little different from the other ones. I mean, it plays more or less like them, but there's like this point system where if you knock someone out the ring, you get 1 point. If you do a throw on them successfully, you get 2 points and stuff like that. And so you just rack up points to win matches, and I don't know, it's okay. I was having some fun with it. This game is awesome. Star Wars Shadows of the Empire. This game is really good. It's rocking out with Boba Fett on the front. Boba Fett's my favorite Star Wars character. Except when you have to fight him. The fight with Boba Fett in this game is irritating. He himself is pretty easy, but when he gets in his ship, he's a pain in the ass. But yeah, been having a lot of fun playing this game again. Just like the book, this game is awesome. Next up, Puzzle Bobble 64. Because who doesn't like Puzzle Bobble? Shooting your little bubbles up there, trying to break them, getting them down again. Fun 2-player action. Puzzle Bobble 64 by Taito. Good game. Next up, Gauntlet Legends, because everybody likes a good old-fashioned Gauntlet game. This one's pretty fun. Just run around, killing the shit out of a lot of enemies and collecting keys and treasures and just making your way to the end of the levels. And yeah, fun. Fun. I'm not sure if there was another Gauntlet game on 64. I remember playing one with my friends back in the day. It was a lot of fun. And we got Pilot Wings 64, which I'll admit I'm not the biggest Pilot Wings fan. It's kind of like a relaxing sit down. It's almost like meditating or something when you're playing these games. But I tend to find them at least a little bit boring. So, but Pilot Wings 64. It's okay. Next up, Star Wars Episode 1 Racer, which this is a, I'll say a good racing game. No real like combat elements to it or anything, just racing with, you know, pod racing. It's pretty fun, and I'm a really big Star Wars fan. I don't know if I ever said that or not. Next up, Doom 64, because I love me some Doom. Always have, always will. I think my first PC game ever actually was Doom 2, Hell on Earth. Played it at my friend's house when I was like 8 years old. We have 1080 Snowboarding, which is pretty good too. I'd heard good things about it, hadn't played it until just recently, and yeah, it's a snowboarding game. Not great, kind of like Pool Borders or something. And here we have a copy of Wave Race 64, which I like, and I don't know, for some reason I find this game to be a little bit odd. Can't really explain why. Just 1 minute you're racing on this, you know, nice pristine beach water, and then next you're in this dirty harbor. What the hell? But yeah, it's an okay game. Wave Race 64. This one, pretty good racing game made by Rare. It's Mickey's Race blah blah blah. Anyway, USA something or other. I forget the title. I don't feel like reading right now. Okay, I'll read. Mickey's No Racing Challenge USA. Okay, that's what it says. Mickey's Racing Challenge USA. Pretty good game. Not as good as Mario. Basically just a direct Mario Kart ripoff. Nothing really stand out about it except you play as Disney characters. So it's good. Not great, but good. I enjoyed it. Next up, Puyo Puyo Sun, which is just another Puyo Puyo Sun 64. I'm sorry, I don't want to confuse you guys. Maybe you didn't know this was a 64 game. It's Puyo Puyo Sun. It's good. I already have it on Saturn. Just a good old Puyo Puyo game. And let's take a look at this. This is Virtual Pro Wrestling 64. I thought this was just going to be like a generic wrestling game with kind of characters just made for the game. But when I started playing it, it was pretty cool. They had all these like old school WCW, NWO wrestlers, and then some Japanese wrestlers I was familiar with back in the day. And it's actually a pretty fun game. Virtual Pro Wrestling 64. Kind of plays like WCW versus the World, if no one ever played that game. And last and least as well, is this here Beast Wars game, 64. It's a Beast Wars. I thought it would be like some kind of action-adventure game. It's actually like a fighting game, but a really crappily done fighting game, and so not so great, but I don't know. Interesting. I'll say that. It was interesting. Beast Wars on the 64. And that'll do it. That's everything that I got within this past week or so. Like I said, I went around to 3 hard offs trying to pick clean their N64 selection. So that's all them games. So if you guys want to comment, you saw some games that really stand out to you, or if you want to express your 64 love, let me know. I'd love to hear from you. So with that being said, everybody take care and keep gaming.